And this is a more interesting slide because this points particularly to the US jobs market. And of course, you can also see the Fed funds rate on the left-hand side, which is the black line. But more interesting is the number for the US job openings. Some of you who have been listening to our market insights for a very long time would remember a point in 2021 and early 22 where this index in terms of US job openings compared to the number of Americans looking for a job, the ratio was running at 2 is to 1, which means for every American who wanted a job, two jobs were available. Now, they may or may not have wanted a particular job, but the number of job openings which people had posted were 2x the number of people who were looking for jobs. As you can see, the number of job openings has been declining consistently now from 2022. And I think the most recent data suggests that the number of openings for the first time has dropped below the number of people looking for a job. Having said that, it's still a healthy number, but a number which was 2 is to 1 has now finally dropped back to less than 1 in terms of a ratio. Now, that would suggest that the job market is also showing signs of cooling, and that might suggest that we are once again looking at rate cuts. We know that in the US in particular, rate cuts have become a very political issue, but the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell spoke at the Jackson Hole conference last month, and he seems to have set up some headroom for a rate cut. And given the fact that US jobs data has been looking quite weak over the last two readings, there is every reason to believe that some rate cuts are ahead in the US economy for sure, but that will obviously create some headroom in other markets as well. Japan being an outlier, because remember, Japan is coming off a very low base, so it's very hard to determine if Japan, remember that's the pink line right at the bottom on the right hand side, so their rates are so low that they may not be able to really cut rates, but some of the other countries could have headroom.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.